Monsignor Landry, National Director of the Pontifical Mission Societies, here on a Manhattan rooftop, awakening the dawn, proclaiming from the housetop the gospel. Today, August 22nd, the Church celebrates the coronation of Our Lady as Queen of Heaven and Earth. What an extraordinary feast that is. And in the gospel, today, we see a scholar of the law coming up to try to test Jesus. And he said to Jesus, "Which commandment in the law is the greatest?" That's not an easy question. There were 613 commandments in the Old Testament. But Jesus, synthesizing everything, said, the greatest is this, to love the Lord your God with all, not some, not even 90%, but all, your mind, heart, soul, and strength. And then he volunteers, the second is like it. Love your neighbor as yourself. And then he says, very importantly, on these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets. In other words, all that God had revealed in the Old Testament is able to be contained in the love of God and the love of neighbor. Everything is meant to teach us how to love. First, Our Lady was someone who loved like this. She loved God with her entire being, such that the Word was able to take on her flesh in her immaculate womb and dwell among us. And she loved others, constantly trying to bring Jesus to others. She did that in life, for example. At the visitation, she did it in life at the wedding feast of Cana, getting her son to work his first miracle. We Catholics believe with natural faith that she continues to do that from heaven. She visits Juan Diego in Guadalupe, or Bernadette in Lourdes, or the three shepherd children in Fatima, to bring us her son and to help us to learn how to live by his gospel in the midst of modern questions. Missionaries, likewise, reign by serving, as Mary, crowned Queen of Heaven and Earth, shows us. And they try to help us all to enter into God's kingdom, so that with God as our Father and Mary as our Mother, we are able to be raised to be more and more like Jesus Christ. Today, on Mary's coronation, through her intercession, we ask her to pray for all missionaries all throughout the globe. We ask her to pray for us, that we might recognize by our baptism that we are missionaries, and that she might help us fulfill our mission on earth, so that we can come one day to see her crowned with the stars, with the moon under her feet. God bless you.